Well, hi and welcome. Today we're at the Fauquier Education Farm. We're here with Mr. Jim Hankins, the Executive Director here. Jim, you grow a lot of produce here and you've got some really interesting things right here. What is this?
Well, this is 7 different varieties of winter squash. We're doing a field variety trial of winter squash. People get confused sometimes. Winter squash means that it is a produce that will keep until the winter. We're not growing them in the winter. You know, it's the 1st of August. These are actually ready to harvest. But these guys will keep just fine. You know, you can eat this in December with no problem at all.
Okay, so it's more about the storage.
It is absolutely about the storage, and it's about the flavor.
Oh.
You know, we've got a lot of different varieties and, a whole lot of variety in the taste and how you would cook them.
I can imagine so. They all look so different. What are some of the types or varieties that you have here?
These golden ones over here are spaghetti squash. The really colorful one is the carnival squash, and that's just a simple variant of the acorn squash. These guys, I really love these. This is delicata squash. You can eat the skins, eat the whole thing.
So normally you wouldn't eat the skin. It would be more of a hard rind.
Yeah, with the butternuts or the acorn squash, which people will be more familiar with, you cut it in half, you take the seeds out, bake it, and you eat the flesh on the inside, but you're not eating the skins. Okay. You would cook the delicatas the same way, but you can eat the skin and all. This is a cushaw squash. There's a lot you can do with the cushaw. This is called a long neck pumpkin. It's basically a variation on the butternut. If you have bought canned pumpkin pie filling, it was probably long neck pumpkin that was, I love to cut this into little 1/2-inch thick slabs, bake it on a cookie sheet, and they're really delicious.
Wow, that is great. Such a variety. Let's look at some of the plants and maybe you can talk a little bit about how you grow these. Well, Jim, we're in Northern Virginia and we're a little past midsummer. Yep. When did you actually plant them? These
went in as 6-week-old transplants in late May. And it is time now to harvest. Winter squash like it to be fairly warm. It's not early May, it's late May. They're big sprawling plants, as you can tell. You've got to have some kind of mulch underneath it. I really love the reusable landscape fabric. You could use, a thick hay mulch, something, but some of these vines can be 20 feet long. That is great. How would somebody know when they're kind of ready? I know there's lots of different varieties. Does it depend on any timing or anything like that? You want the vine to start to die back. You want that because this is a squash that is going to be stored for months. You want it to get that really rich brown color or a tan, basically. Okay. Butternut shouldn't still be green, shouldn't still have streaks in it. It'll be an overall brown color. And then it will store a whole lot better. Okay, so just store it in maybe some dry conditions? You want to keep it out of direct sunlight, cool, dry. Don't put them in your refrigerator. They'll just mold in your refrigerator. In a cabinet, out of the direct sunlight and out of excessive heat, and they'll keep for months. Well, great. Thank you so much for letting us come out and see this operation today. We really appreciate it. Always glad to have you. Well, for more information about winter squash production, please contact your local county extension office and talk to a master gardener. For From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins, and we'll see you next time.
From the Ground Up is presented with the generous advice and assistance of Virginia Cooperative Extension. Visit their website at ext.vt.edu.